Hi, in this video, we will solve example sums for the forfeiture of shares originally issued at par. So let's go to the first example sum. Example sum 1. Alpha Limited issued 20,000 equity shares of rupees 10 each at par payable on application rupees 2 per share, on allotment rupees 3 per share, on first call rupees 3 per share, and on second and final call rupees 2 per share. Ganesh was allotted 100 shares. We are asked to pass the necessary journal entry relating to forfeiture of shares in each of the following alternative cases. We have 3 cases given. Case 1, if Ganesh failed to pay the allotment money and his shares was immediately forfeited. Case 2, if Ganesh failed to pay the allotment money and on his subsequent failure to pay the first call, his shares were forfeited. And the last case 3, if Ganesh failed to pay the first call and on his subsequent failure to pay the second and the final call, his shares were forfeited. So we will start by tackling each case one by one, beginning with case 1. Before that, let's prepare a few notes. The number of shares forfeited is 100 equity shares. The face value is rupees 10 per share, and the issue price, it's issue at par, so the issue price is also rupees 10 per share. The breakup: on application, amount payable is rupees 2. On allotment, the amount payable is rupees 3. On the first call, the amount payable is again rupees 3. And on the final call, the amount payable is rupees 2. Total issue price rupees 10. We'll start with the first case 1. Case 1 says if Ganesh failed to pay the allotment money and his shares were immediately forfeited. Now it says Ganesh failed to pay the allotment money. It does not specify anything about the first call or the final call. So which means the company has called up only up to allotment. So rupees 5 has been called up. And out of this rupees 5 called up, the amount which is paid by Ganesh is the application money, and the amount which is not paid by Ganesh is the allotment money. So in the books of Alpha Limited, journal, we have date, particulars, LF, debit rupees, and credit rupees. We'll begin by debiting equity share capital account. The number of shares forfeited, 100 shares, multiplied by the amount which is called up per share, which is rupees 5, totals to 500 rupees. 2, forfeited shares account. the amount which has been received from Ganesh, 100 shares multiplied by rupees 2 per share, which Ganesh has paid on application, 200 rupees. 2. Equity share allotment account, with the amount which is due on allotment but not paid by Ganesh, 100 shares multiplied by rupees 3 per share, 300 rupees. Narration: 100 shares forfeited for non-payment of allotment money. So this is the answer to the first case 1. Now, where the company maintains a calls in arrears account, instead of writing 2 equity share allotment account, we will write 2 calls in arrears account with the amount of rupees 300 against calls in arrears account. So this is the answer to case 1. We'll move on to case 2. Let's move on to case 2. Case 2 says, if Ganesh failed to pay the allotment money and on his subsequent failure to pay the first call, his shares were forfeited. So as per the sum, the amount called up by the company is up to the first call. Which is rupees 8 has been called up by the company. Out of this, the amount which has been received is the application money, and the amounts which are not paid by Ganesh is the allotment and the first call money. So we'll go ahead and pass the journal entry. Equity share capital account debit, the number of shares forfeited, 100 shares multiplied by the amount which is called up per share, rupees 8, totals to 800 rupees. 2. Forfeited shares account, the amount which is received by the company, 100 shares multiplied by application of rupees 2 per share comes up to 200 rupees. 2. Equity share allotment account, amount due on allotment but not paid, 100 shares multiplied by rupees 3 per share, 300 rupees. And 2. Equity share first call account, amount called up on first call but not received by the company, 100 shares multiplied by rupees 3 per share, 300 rupees. Narration: 100 shares forfeited for non-payment of allotment and first call money. So this is the answer to the second case, where the calls in arrears account is being maintained. Instead of the 2 equity share allotment as well as 2 equity share first call account, we will write 2 calls in arrears account, against which we will write the total of 600 rupees. Let's move on to the case 3. Case 3. Case 3 says, if Ganesh failed to pay the first call and on his subsequent failure to pay the second and final call, his shares were forfeited. So Ganesh hasn't paid the first call as well as the final call, which means the company has called up the entire amount of the share, which is rupees 10 called up. The amount which is paid by Ganesh and received by the company is the application money as well as the allotment money. What is not paid by Ganesh is the first call money and the final call money. So we'll move on to pass the journal entries. Equity, share, capital, account debit. We have the number of shares forfeited, 100 shares multiplied by amount called up, which is rupees 10 per share, totals to 1000 rupees. 2 forfeited shares account. The amount which is received by the company, it's 100 shares multiplied by the total amount received by the company is application rupees 2 per share plus allotment of rupees 3 per share, comes up to rupees 5 per share, totaling to 500 rupees. 2 equity, share, first call account. Amount due on first call but not received, 100 shares multiplied by rupees 3 per share on the first call, 300 rupees. And 2 equity, share, final call account. Amount due on the final call but not received, 100 shares multiplied by rupees 2 per share due on final call, 200 rupees. Narration: 100 shares forfeited for non-payment of first and final call money. So this is the answer to the case 3. Now where a calls in arrears account is being maintained, instead of separately crediting equity share first call account and equity share final call account, we will credit calls in arrears account, and the total amount to be credited against calls in arrears account is 300 rupees plus 200 rupees, comes up to rupees 500. So this is the solution to the case 3. We've completed the first example sum. We'll move on to the second example sum. Example sum 2. Sangeeta Limited invited applications for issuing 60,000 shares of rupees 10 each at par. The amount was payable as follows: on application rupees 2 per share, on allotment rupees 3 per share, on first and final call rupees 5 per share. Applications were received for 92,000 shares. Allotment was made on the following basis: A, to applicants of 40,000 shares full allotment; B, to applicants for 50,000 shares 40% was allotted; and C, to applicants for 2,000 shares nil allotment. Rupees 1,08,000 was realized on account of allotment, excluding the amount carried from application money, and rupees 2,50,000 on account of call. The directors decided to forfeit the shares of those applicants to whom full allotment was made and on which the allotment money was overdue. We are asked to pass the journal entries in the books of Sangeeta Limited to record the above transactions. Now, Sangeeta Limited has invited applications only for 60,000 shares, and applications are received for 92,000 shares. It's a case of oversubscription, so we need to prepare the 9-column table. So we'll begin with that, the first working note. Working note 1. We'll write the breakup on the right corner. Applications 2 rupees, allotment 3, and the final call rupee 5. Total issue price rupee 10. Category: number of shares applied, number of shares allotted, application money received, application money transferred, to share capital, refund, allotment money due, excess application, to allotment, and bank to allotment. Category A, 40,000 shares applied, full allotment made, so number of shares allotted is 40,000. In category B, 50,000 shares applied for, against which 40% allotment is made. 40% of 50,000 shares, 20,000 shares. The last category, against 2,000 shares applied for, nil shares are allotted. Let's check the totals. The total of the number of shares applied column, 92,000 shares, and it tallies with the number of applications which have been received by Sangeeta Limited. And the number of shares allotted column, total 60,000 shares. It totals with the total number of shares issued by Sangeeta Limited. We'll complete the table. We'll begin with Category A, application money received 40,000 shares applied multiplied by 2 rupees per share, 80,000 rupees. Application money transferred to share capital 40,000 shares allotted multiplied by 2 rupees per share, 80,000 rupees. There will be no refund. The allotment money due 40,000 shares allotted multiplied by 3 rupees per share payable on allotment 1,20,000 rupees. There is no excess application money that can be transferred to allotment, and therefore bank to allotment is 1,20,000 rupees. We'll move on to the category B. Application money received 50,000 shares applied multiplied by 2 rupees per share, 1 lakh rupees. Application money transferred to share capital 20,000 shares allotted multiplied by 2 rupees per share, 40,000 rupees. We'll come back to the refund column. Allotment money due 20,000 shares allotted multiplied by 3 rupees per share payable on allotment 60,000 rupees. Excess application to allotment 60,000 rupees, and there is no amount which has to be paid on allotment in the category B, and the refund column is also nil. We move on to category C. Application money received 2,000 shares applied multiplied by 2 rupees per share, 4,000 rupees. There will be no application money transferred to share capital because there are nil shares allotted, and the refund is also rupees 4,000. All the other columns are nil. We'll total up the columns. The total of application money received 1,84,000 rupees. The total of application money transferred to share capital 1,20,000 rupees. The total of the refund column 4,000 rupees. The total of the allotment money due column 1,80,000 rupees. Excess application to allotment total 60,000 rupees, and bank to allotment total 1,20,000 rupees. Now working note 2, calculation of number of shares forfeited. In other words, we need to calculate, because the directors decided to forfeit the shares of those applicants to whom full allotment was made and on which the allotment money was overdue. So basically we need to find out the number of shares for which allotment money is overdue. The amount which is received on allotment as per the question is rupees 1,08,000 out of total amount receivable. Last column total 1,20,000. So amount not received on allotment is equal to 1,20,000 rupees minus 1,08,000 rupees is equal to rupees 12,000. And from the question, we know that the person who did not pay on allotment belongs to the category A. So let's follow the unitary method. Where let's bank to allotment column and number of shares allotted column. Now in category A, against an amount of 1,20,000 rupees, the person will hold number of shares allotted 40,000 shares. So where a person has not paid rupees 12,000, the number of shares held by that person would be equal to 12,000 multiplied by 40,000 shares divided by 1,20,000 rupees. Comes up to 4,000 shares. So we know that since the person belongs to category A and has not paid 12,000 rupees, he will be holding 4,000 shares, because only a holder of 4,000 shares will have to pay 12,000 rupees on allotment. So the answer is number of shares forfeited is 4,000 shares. So let's continue with the journal entries. Solution. In the books of Sangeeta Limited, journal. We have date/serial number, particulars, LF number, debit rupees, and credit rupees. The first journal entry is for the application money received, bank account debit to share application account. Total application money received is the total of the fourth column, 1,84,000 rupees. Application money received. Next journal entry is for utilization of the application money. Share application account debit 1,84,000 rupees to share capital account. Amount is the total of the fifth column, 1,20,000 rupees to share allotment account. Total of the eighth column, 60,000 rupees, and to bank account. the total of the sixth column, refund 4,000 rupees. Narration, application, money utilized for 60,000 shares and balance refunded. Next entry is to make the share allotment money due. Share allotment account debit to share capital account for allotment money due. Answers the total of the seventh column, allotment money due 1,80,000 rupees. Fourth entry is for receipt of allotment money, bank account debit to share allotment account for receipt of allotment money. Amount received is 1,08,000 as per the question. The fifth entry, we will make the share first and final call due. Share first and final call account debit to share capital account for first and final call money due. The amount due, number of shares 60,000 shares multiplied by rupees 5 per share due on first and final call. Total amount 3 lakh rupees. Sixth entry is for receipt of the first and final call, bank account debit to share first and final call account for receipt of first and final call money. I'll scroll on the top to the problem to check out how much we've received in the problem, and rupees 2,50,000 was received on account of call. So that's the amount which has been received by us, 2,50,000 rupees. The final entry is to forfeit the shares. 4,000 shares are forfeited. Share capital account debit. We will write the number of shares forfeited, which we arrived at 4,000 shares multiplied by the amount which is called up per share. The full face value has been called up, rupee 10, 40,000 rupees. To forfeited shares account amount received from the defaulting shareholder, that's 4,000 shares multiplied by only the application money has been received, so that's rupees 2 per share, comes up to 8,000 rupees. To share allotment account, we need to write the amount which is due on allotment but not paid by the defaulting shareholder, that's 12,000 rupees. And to share first and final call account, the amount which is due on the 4,000 shares in the final call but not paid, comes up to 4,000 shares multiplied by rupees 5 per share, 20,000 rupees. Narration: 4,000 shares forfeited for non-payment of allotment money and first and final call money. So we've completed the answer. I'll remove the split. We can view the full journal entries together. So that's a question on the top, the example sum 2, followed by the working notes. And these are the journal entries. The first screen and the second screen.